Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Trails in the Sky. This is part 10. We're in the double digits. Digits, there we go. Alright, let's talk to people, figure out what their deal is. Oh, Estelle, this place is wonderful, isn't it? I'm even starting to wonder if the number of photo quartz is going to be enough. Scenery sure is great, like you say. By the way, what's a photo quartz? It's an ultra-thin crystal circuit fabricated from septium. It's set up so that you can take a picture or a photograph by burning it with light. That's just what I expect from a camerawoman. Someone who knows the tools of the trade. Hehe. That reminds me, what's the deal with Joshua? Well, he says he's getting some fresh air. A raven-haired young man standing silently in the flowing breeze. I think I could take a really good picture of it with that kind of a setting. Do you think he'd let me snap a shot of him if I asked? He doesn't seem to be a fan of that kind of stuff. I think he'd probably turn you down. Aw, what a waste. He's probably just shy, right? Yeah, you never know with that guy. Oh man, the taste of a cigarette is wonderful. At first I wasn't in the mood to come to do a story in a rural place like Rolent, but sometimes these types of places aren't so bad. If you want to be rude like that, then maybe you shouldn't have come at all. No can do. This was a direct order from the editor-in-chief to teach that blockade girl a thing or two. Otherwise, I'd be all over the kingdom searching for the latest scoop right now. When you say scoop, don't you just mean gossip for your next article? Not that I have anything against gossip, but reportage is predominantly greater. And in that sense, the place that has my interest peaked is Beauce. The Beauce region. Did something happen there? A number of large burglaries have taken place one after another. The identity of the criminals is unknown, but it seems as though the group has got a pair of wings. Wings? Oh, I see, an airship, right? What are they, sky bandits or something? They're probably the Payday gang. That seems to be the most logical conclusion. But there's also the possibility that this could have been an imitative deception by the Erebonian Empire. What? That's impossible! We're supposed to have a peace treaty with them. Yeah, well, they don't last forever. Sure, but the Empire incurred some heavy losses during the war 10 years ago. They can't do much now that every nation on the continent has their eye on them, but it could be a way to get back at us. That said, nobody really knows for sure, which is why our job as reporters is to bring these things to light. Yep. What does the professor dude have to say? Oh, hi there. Estelle, was it? Is your partner feeling alright? Yeah, he said he just wants to get a bit of fresh air. I see. There's certainly a nice breeze up here, isn't there? I wanted to say, however, that I'm impressed that the both of you are bracers at such a young age. If I remember correctly, one must be at least 16 years of age qualified to become a bracer, right? You sure know your stuff. And that's right, I'm exactly 16 myself. How nice it is to be young. There are limitless possibilities at that age. If I were about 10 years younger, I'd solve the mysteries of all these ancient ruins across the entire continent with these very hands. The entire continent, huh? That's a pretty tall order. Which means that you're not from Liberal, right? No, I was born in the north. But just for the record, I'm not from Erebonia. Haha, you don't have to worry about that. Although I hate war with a passion, that hatred isn't directed at the people of the Empire. You lost someone dear to you? Yeah, my mother. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up any painful memories. It's okay, it happened more than 10 years ago. And since then there's been a new addition to the family. Oh, so you mean that boy over there? Yeah, he's like a little brother. Although he's probably trying to act more like an older brother. I wonder why I'm telling you all of this. Usually this isn't the kind of thing a person tells others. It's perfectly fine. Aren't good relations such a wonderful thing? Excuse me, sir. Who else are we going to talk to? Who else haven't I believe that's it. That's all three characters. Let's go back to Joshua, see if he has anything new. Are you still feeling sick, Joshua? No, I'm much better. I should be good to head back whenever everybody's ready. I'm relieved to hear that. What brought this all on, anyway? I doubt it was lack of oxygen in the tower because the rest of us were alright. Maybe it was a sudden fear of heights? I don't think so. Estelle, Joshua! Are you finished taking pictures? You bet I am, and I got a lot of good ones too. Then it looks like we're done here. How about we head back to town? Alright, Greenhorns, lead the way. I'm counting on you, children. Does it teleport me? Yes, it does. I don't have to trail 4 people behind me. Ah, trails in the sky, get it? Thank you so much for escorting me back here. This is the first time I've ever been able to make it back from some ruins without being chased or bitten, or... I don't know how to begin to express my appreciation. You don't need to thank us. It's our duty as bracers. I think you'd better be off hiring some bracers to begin with next time you go off to investigate the ruins. My head says yes, but my wallet says no. I'll try and save up a bit, though. Well, have a wonderful day, and I hope we can all meet again. What a lovely man. I think it's about time we said goodbye as well. I was a bit nervous at first, but you kids did a fine job. Let me just say thank you to the both of you. That's what I like to call raw skill. Now don't get all cocky on me. The braces I know would make you two look like little fledglings, not ready to leave the nest. Fledglings, there we go. You're going to need to work harder. I'll try and remember that. So have the two of you headed back to the company soon? Nah, we're gonna spend a day or so relaxing here in Rolent. I need to write up a rough draft for some articles and such. I'll head over to the Orbital factory and get these photographs developed. Take it easy, you two. I guess this is the last of the jobs we got from Dad. They were much tougher than I thought they'd be. I agree with you there. I feel like I have a greater awareness now about what it means to be a bracer. It's not just about fighting for justice. There you go again, saying all the right things. But yeah, I guess I get where you're coming from. It seems like we've got a long road ahead of us if we want to succeed in this profession. For the time being, why don't we report to the guild? That sounds like a good idea. Oh, but before we go, how are you doing? Still not feeling well? Thanks for asking, but I'm feeling a lot better. Alright, Joshua, whatever you say. Don't lie to me. That's the bar to the left. Let me see if there's anything new in the general goods store. Anything I can pick up. Recently, it seems like whenever I go out on the street, I get a lot of strange looks. It appears that my mom started up the bride hunt again. When I first heard about what was going on, I thought I was going to die of sheer embarrassment. No matter how many times I tell her to knock it off, she just keeps doing it. What am I going to do? Ah, God. Desk. I have a good amount of Sepith. Maybe I can, No, I don't have enough Wind Sepith yet to unlock a slot. EP charge restores EP, cures mute. I have a bit of money. Queen's birthday, okay, nothing new there. I'll get a couple of these. Just so that I don't run out when I have no EP. How much are these worth? Let's, can I go back to... 1,000 Mira for all the Space Sepith. Huh, alright. How about Mirage? Oof, alright. Let's see if I can sell anything. What do I got? Nothing much of value, I'll be honest. Alright. Let's check the gear shop. Hey there, I've been hearing great things about you kids. I hear that you've been knocking out jobs one after the other. You've made some successful strides from your part-time job working here for me. What do you got for me? Spikes. That's gonna cost a lot. I feel like a silver earring for both characters could get me a long way. Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 of those. Just so that I don't get affected by poison. I need this for Estelle, because that's strength boost. Well, now I'm wondering if that was a mistake, because... Yeah, alright. And I need a kunai for Joshua. Ah, there we go. Got it. Gonna equip that. Excellent. Bop, boop, beep. There's your silver earring. Now you're protected. Excellent. And we are good. Let's skedaddle. Let's get to the Bracers Guild. There's a time limit for these side quests. Fantastic. Alright, so I need to get on those, like, immediately, if I'm gonna accept them. Hey, how you doing? Oh, Estelle and Joshua. Shara? What are you doing here? This is a rare occasion. You're usually out and about. I just finished the jobs I took over for your father. Now I was reporting to the guild. So you finished your load too, huh? Somehow or other, I guess. I heard from Ina that you guys aren't doing too bad yourselves. I guess everything I went through to train the two of you amounted to something. Hehe. We're grateful too. Well, I guess we'll report it in as well then. Go ahead, let's hear what you've got. Reported about escorting the reporters. Excellent. Receive payment. 2,000 Mira. Excellent. Good work, you two. How about you, Charizard? Don't you think they've done a fine job? Man, I'm not in the mood to read today. For a bunch of newbies, you did an average job. But you shouldn't be satisfied with that level of work. Especially you, Estelle. You're always the first to get on that high horse of yours. Okay, I'll get it already. Great work, all of you. I'm surprised that we were able to fill the work gap left by Cassius so quickly. I wonder if we'll be able to relax for a bit now. I don't know. I can imagine that the downtime might be a bit of a drag. Well, that won't be a problem since there are plenty of other small jobs like patrolling the roads and exterminating monsters. It's been a while since I've been able to take a break. Alright, it's time for my reward. I'm gonna drink until I can't drink anymore tonight. Estelle, Joshua, you two join me as well. We have to watch you get plastered and make a fool of yourself? Oh, so what you're saying is that you're turning down my invitation. You've got a lot of nerve to do something like that to your mentor. What am I supposed to say? Your drinking habits are intolerable. You cause a ruckus, dance like a maniac, and try to strip in public. Agreed. It's pretty embarrassing. Charizard, just where do you think you're going to take these underage kids? Come on, the alcohol is what makes things entertaining. But if you're so against coming along with me, then I don't need you, Estelle. Really? Yup. Instead, I'll just have Joshua make up for your absence. Why me? Shara? Now hold on a minute. Joshua, you look like you'll make a fine companion. Whether we're talking booze or something else behind closed doors, I'll help break you in. Break me in? Alright, you big pervert, Joshua. Why are you drooling like that? It's not what you think. We've got a major problem. Huh? Mayor Klaus? Estelle, Joshua, and Charizard, am I glad to see you? Saved by the bell? What's wrong, sir? And why are you in such a hurry? This is terrible! My home! Disaster! It's gone! What? Alright, calm down, Mayor Klaus. Take a deep breath and let it out. Apparently, it seems as though my home was robbed while I was out. What? Thanks for not being calm. That's not being calm at all, Estelle. I had something to speak with Father Divine about, so I was over at the chapel, and then when I came home it was rather odd for no one to greet me at the door, so I looked around and the rooms were in a state of great disarray. Wait, so what about your wife and Lita? Don't worry, they're both fine. I found them locked up in the attic room. That's a relief to hear. It's lucky that no harm came to anyone. It won't get us anywhere just sitting around here, so could you take us to the crime scene, Mayor Klaus? Absolutely, I appreciate your cooperation. Wait for me, I'm going too. Good idea, we may be able to be of some help. Well, if you insist. Ina will be at the mayor's place investigating the incident. If you have anything come up, just toss it on Ridge's shoulders. I'm sure he's just relaxing at the bar anyway. Yes, I'll do that. And everyone, be careful. Wow, this place is an absolute mess. Oh my god. Yeah, crystal meth. Yo, Walter White. I bet it was the girl from before, the blue-haired student, or masquerading as a student. I bet it was her. Wow, look, the safe's open. Wow, this place is an absolute mess. The crooks really tore through here. Look at the safe. The septium, which was supposed to be given to Her Majesty the Queen, has been stolen. I'm really sorry, especially after having you go to all the trouble to bring it here. It's not you who should be apologizing, it's the crooks who are in the wrong. By the way, how are the other rooms in the house? The other rooms, for the most part, appear to have been left untouched. They're about as messy as the attic room in which my wife and Leda were locked up in. Estelle, Joshua, there's something I want you to do. Which is... I'll speak with the mayor about the incident. I want you two to check out the inside of the house. You mean like an on-site investigation? Are you sure we're up to the task? Since we're all here, splitting up would be the best way to cover the most ground, no? Alright, we'll see what we can do. Proceed carefully and deliberately. Alright, Mayor Klaus, how about we talk in the parlor? Sure, now where to begin? An on-site investigation, huh? I'm starting to get butterflies in my stomach. How about we start from this room? And let's not forget to ask our witness statements from the other residents. Sounds like a plan. Alright. Chest. This is just a clutter box, right? It's empty as well. I love the music right now. The box lock looks like it was burned off. The criminals may have used an orbital gun. It's just like the mayor to have a ton of difficult books like this. Looks like he's got some valuable antique books here as well. The criminals either had no idea about the value of the books or... It's just like the mayor to have... Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's investigate here. This place is all torn apart. Leda would probably faint if she saw this. It looks like all the books on the shelf had been scattered about the room. Seems kind of senseless to have done all this. Ugh. Stuck here. There are several documents inside the drawer. They don't appear to have been disturbed. They seem to be documents regarding Rolent City's government. The fact that these are as they are suggests that there is no political aim involved. Okay, so it was mainly a search for valuables. Let's go back inside, didn't mean to do that. This pot's been tipped over, but there's nothing inside. It looks like it only tipped over after being hit by something with force. Can I go up here? No, I can't. The gift that we delivered to the mayor for the queen is... Those crooks are not gonna get away with this. It doesn't look like they jimmied the door either. They must have decrypted the combination and opened it, or... Could they really have cracked the combination? It's not impossible, but I imagine it'd be difficult for anyone besides a skilled pro. My best guess is that they figured out the combination using a much simpler means. What do you mean by simpler means? Well, let's see. They could have, for example, dusted the buttons with a special powder. A powder like that would have absorptive properties, and due to its fineness, it would be invisible to the naked eye. However, if a blue light were placed over it, it would glow. Alright, and... Now, let's imagine for a minute that the mayor entered the combination with the powder present. The powder on the buttons would stick to his fingers and come off. This would be one way to know which buttons were pressed. Now wait a minute, wouldn't they still not know the order in which the buttons were pressed? That's not exactly the case. As the powder collected on the fingers increased, the amount taken from the buttons would decrease. In other words, the crooks could press the buttons in order starting from the least luminescent. It might be a little more difficult if there were duplicate numbers, but the crooks should be able to make a pretty good guess as to what they are. That makes sense. Joshua, are you a genius or something? That's just basic knowledge. Anyway, let's check out the buttons. Just as I thought, powder was used. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that the safe was opened using the same method I just explained. Oh, right. Now, the big question is, who dusted the buttons with that powder? We know it would have to be at least someone who visited the residence. Right, now figuring out who that is, that's going to be the tricky part. I have an idea who it is. It may be a little bit too obvious, but it's still a possibility. How you doing? I had such a scare. I was cleaning up the attic when suddenly a bunch of masked men came barging in. Masked men, huh? That means this wasn't a one-man job. How many people were in the group? I'd probably guess about 3 or 4. Oh, that reminds me, one of them was short. It might have even been a girl. My god, I suck today. I am very sorry. Okay. When I think about the fact that I'm going to have to clean up that study, my head starts to spin. When I get my hands on those criminals, I'm going to give them a beating like they'll never forget. Hello, Mayor's wife. I'm just going to investigate around here. Nothing, okay. Are you alright, ma'am? Yes, I'm fine. The intruders weren't violent toward us. Is there anything you notice in particular about the intruders? They were wearing masks, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about any specific features. That reminds me, I'm certain the front door was locked. I locked the door just to be safe, since my husband had gone to the chapel and there were just the 2 of us here. I wonder how in the world they got in. Well, there must be like a stairway outside or something. Let's check the attic, for example. Oh, hello! Huh? What's this? Cervaeus leaf. Don't you think it's a bit strange for a leaf to be in a place like this? On top of that, it's not a type that grows around here. You're sharp, Estelle. This is the place where the residents were locked up. It was probably dropped by one of the criminals as they were locking everybody up. So it's a key piece of material evidence, right? You could say that. Alright. Down we go, first floor, let's investigate all of this. Seems to be nothing here. They said the door was locked at the time of the burglary, right? Doesn't look like the lock's been broken either. Which means they got in another way. Is there another entrance to this house? That's okay, alright. They probably use a sick grappling hook or something. Look, there are some marks on this railing. You're right, and they're fresh, too. It looks like something metal dug into the wood. Yep, they use a sick grappling hook. Batman robbed this place. Alright. So they got in through here, they got in through this doorway, they messed up the place for some odd reason, they opened this chest, they knocked over this vase, they opened the safe, then where did they go? They locked up the residents in the attic, leaving behind a leaf. Just trying to piece this together. They didn't touch those rooms on over there. They didn't touch the cellar here. Doesn't look like. So they got in, got the safe, and got out. Okay. I had the mayor run me through all the details. How about you two? Did you find anything? Even then, I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, alright. One more sweep. There has to be something else. It can't be this simple. Yeah, I know they didn't come in. They came in through the balcony. So let me just retrace their steps here. So they climbed up here. They went through the doorway. They messed the place up. They probably got the safe here. Yeah, alright. And they opened this chest for whatever reason. They used an old gun, so they're well armed. These seem like professionals. Wait. How about this chest here? It's not interactable. Alright, I think I'm done here. This is what things look like when I came home. I didn't get a glimpse of the criminals either. Yeah, alright. Alright, then let's check the details one by one and see what you've come up with. First off, what were the criminals after? The septium in the safe, I'm guessing. How many of them were there? 3 or 4. One of them was probably a girl. Where did they get into the house from? The terrace on the 2nd floor. Yeah. Point blank, what is the portrait of those thought to have committed the crime? Traveler who visited recently, because who else would? Wow, you did a good job investigating. Looks like we'll be able to specify who the criminals are with this information. Mayor Klaus, over the past 2 or 3 days, have you had any new faces in your study? When you put it that way, I guess there's been a number of people. That reporter from the magazine company was one. Oh, so those 2 came to visit you too, huh? But at the time of the crime, they were with us at the Esmelis Tower. I think we can cross them off as the list of suspects. I see, so Mayor Klaus, were there any others? Other than that, there was only Josette. But let's not kid ourselves here. I think it'd be a bit of a stretch for her to be our thief. It's still a possibility, don't discount her. She's every bit as capable as everyone else. This is like Detective 101. Don't cross off anybody unless they have a alibi. After all, she's a student at the Royal Academy. Criminals aren't always dressed so they can easily be spotted. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. As for a school uniform, if someone put their mind to it, they could create a replica. But I'm telling you, she was a really nice girl. She was modest and courteous. Right, Joshua? I'm sorry to say this, but I completely disagree. Huh? During that time when the mayors put the septium into the safe, that girl's eyes lit up like a hunter's, eyeing her prey. Of course, since I had no conclusive evidence, I couldn't call her out on it. But at least to me, she didn't look like any ordinary student. You must be joking. Unbelievable. At any rate, it looks like we're going to have to ask this girl a few questions. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you? She probably, like, screwed off by now. If I remember right, she should be staying at the hotel. But she said something about taking off from Rolent sometime today. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to hurry then. Estelle, Joshua, let's try the hotel first. Right. Understood. Alright, so this phase of the detective portion is complete. And we're at about time, so I think I'm gonna end it there. Thank you very much for watching. This was Trails in the Sky Part 10. It's available on Steam for about $20. It often goes on sale for $10, so capitalize on that if you can. Very, very good JRPG so far. Oh my god, Charizard's a party member. Ooh. I just noticed that. Huh, alright. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Hopefully we can nab this Josette girl. Or maybe it's not even the big picture. Maybe she's just one part in a massive plan. You never know. You never know. I will see you next time. Toodaloo.